A significant political divide is emerging. It is splitting Generation Z. This division runs along gender lines. Young men and women are drifting apart. Their political views increasingly diverge. This trend is relatively new, yet it is becoming more pronounced. It demands our urgent attention. This divergence is not a minor shift, it signals a profound change. Old assumptions about youth voting are challenged. Younger voters are not a monolithic bloc. Their experiences shape their politics. Gender is now a key fault line. We see this pattern globally. It is reshaping political landscapes. The core of this trend is clear. Young men are moving rightwards. Many support far-right populist ideas. Young women, conversely, lean left. They often back far-left movements. This polarization is stark. It creates two distinct political tribes within the same generation. This chasm has serious implications. It affects election outcomes now. It will shape future policy debates. Understanding this split is vital. Why is this happening today? What forces drive this divergence? These questions are crucial for democracy. We must explore them carefully. Populism is a specific political approach. It centers on a perceived struggle. This struggle is between the people and a group called the elite. The elite are often painted as corrupt or out of touch with common folk. Populists claim to represent the people. They fight for their interests. Populism takes several distinct forms. Far-left populism is one type. It seeks to overhaul capitalism radically, not just reform the existing system. It advocates for wealth redistribution. Often it targets oligarchs and powerful corporate interests. Bernie Sanders exemplified some aspects. Far-right populism is another variant. It often champions nativism. This means prioritizing established groups, those with long-standing ethnic ties or cultural roots in the state. It supports strict social order and often harsh punitive measures. Trump's MAGA movement is an example. Centrist populism also exists. It focuses on anti-elitism, but without extreme left or right policies. It attacks the establishment directly. J.D. Vance shows some of these traits. Historically, populism surged in Latin America. Now, European support has risen from 10% to nearly 30% recently. This gendered political split in Gen Z is not confined to one nation. We observe it across many countries. In Germany, the trend is clear. Young men backed the far-right AfD, young women chose differently. They supported populist left parties like Die Linke and similar groups. South Korea shows a similar pattern. Young men are shifting right. They once leaned more progressive. Now conservative parties gain their support. The Reform Party is an example. Conversely, young Korean women are embracing the far left. They often back the Democratic Party. In the United Kingdom, changes are afoot. Reform UK gains traction, especially among Gen Z men. More young men vote conservative. This challenges previous voting patterns. In the Netherlands, a similar story. Geert Wilders' Freedom Party finds new support in young male voters. The United States reflects this trend. Donald Trump's MAGA movement appeals to younger male voters. This includes young white and Hispanic men. Young women are largely turned off. France also shows this divergence. Young men voted for Marine Le Pen. Her far-right party gained their support. Young women largely did not follow. Section 4. The Right Turn. Why young men embrace populism. Economic insecurity and high living costs push young men rightward. Housing prices seem out of reach. Basic goods are increasingly unaffordable. This creates deep discontent among them. They feel the system is failing and seek radical solutions. Section 5. The leftward lean young women's political march. Young women also face economic pressures. This often pulls them towards the left. They are drawn by promises of significant wealth redistribution and policies focused on economic justice. They seek systemic change to address deep-seated inequalities. Their concerns are pressing. A strong focus on equity and social justice motivates them. They prioritize affordable housing. Accessible healthcare is a key issue. Quality education is also paramount. Populist left movements often champion these. They offer a vision of society where these needs are met. In the United States, specific issues drive young women to the left. Threats to democratic norms worry them. The issue of abortion access is a powerful mobilizing factor. These concerns are deeply held. They shape their political choices and their activism. Social media also influences young women. Many Gen Z women prefer TikTok as a primary source for news. The content they encounter there can shape their political understanding and reinforce left-leaning perspectives. In the US, many identify as Democrats. their political identity is solidifying. Section 6. The populist gamble. Risks and realities. Populism often simplifies complex problems. It reduces nuanced issues to slogans. Blame the elites is common, or blame the immigrants. Sometimes foreign nations are scapegoats. This simplification can be appealing. Charismatic leaders are also key. They present themselves as unique saviors. However, populism carries significant risks. It can seriously undermine democracy. A study of populist governments showed leaders are 4 times more likely to erode democratic institutions. The longer they are in power, the less likely they leave democratically. Examples include Orban and Chavez. Economies can also suffer under populism. Research compared populist-run countries to similar doppelganger economies. Populists on average slow growth. Left-wing populists sometimes fare worse. This economic damage can be severe. It impacts ordinary citizens directly. Their promises often go unfulfilled. We have seen examples of this. Venezuela under Maduro is a catastrophe. Turkey under Erdogan faced stagnation. Argentina's Kirchners saw similar results. They started well, then faltered. There are rare exceptions, of course, like Getulio Vargas in Brazil or Evo Morales in Bolivia, initially. But the overall picture is concerning. Section 7. Mending the Divide, a Path for Centrist Renewal. Generation Z is turning to populism because the current system feels broken. It is not delivering for them, especially economically. This perception of failure is widespread. Centrist leaders must acknowledge this to counter these trends. They need bold action to address economic insecurity. Building affordable housing and reforming markets can help. Leaders must reconnect with youth and understand their realities. Authenticity matters greatly.